This fall, the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians celebrates the 10-year anniversary of the naming of Chumash Highway, the highway that connects the Santa Ynez Valley to the city of Santa Barbara.
Highway 154 was a historic Chumash trail for thousands of years. In 2007, then Chairman Armenta and the Business Council thought that a good use of our new state lobbyist, Frank Molina, was to see if we could rename 154 to the Chumash Highway.
I had the good fortune of shepherding the legislation, which was Assembly Concurrence Resolution 75, ACR 75, through the legislative process, identifying an author, making sure committee consultants had background material to prepare their analysis, and educating members of the legislature to get the floor votes and getting it enacted.
The Chumash Highway follows an elaborate Chumash trail network, which linked several hundred early Chumash villages and towns, seasonal encampments, rock art sites, shrines, gathering places, and watering sources. These trails were vital to sustaining cultural longevity for more than 8,000 years in this region, as they formed the foundation for economic and social exchange among the Chumash.
We did a significant amount of historical research because the key to getting a highway renamed is the justification.
When you introduce a piece of legislation, the committees always want background. What's the purpose of the measure? Do you have background information? Getting good background material is rare.
Tribal staff members, including Kathleen Conti, Director of Museum Programs Research Resources, provided Frank with an abundance of well-researched background material for ACR 75, including maps that showed the specific historical trails along the Chumash Highway.
There were beautiful maps that showed the trails and the different villages. They provided me letters from the Dean of Anthropology from UCSB. So when I got it, I was kind of a little giddy because it was like, wow, look at this great background material. That made it really easy to educate the members because basically, once they saw the maps, it all kind of came together.
Routes through the Chumash territory were first recorded in the diaries of the Gaspar de Portola expedition in 1769, in which it is noted that in many instances, Chumash Indians led members of the expedition from one village to another, showing them the trails.
The detail of the maps showed intricate trails throughout the region, so really understanding how much happened with trade and contact between the villages and the territories that they covered was very unique.
The Chumash Highway naming project was particularly gratifying for the tribe because it demonstrated that members of the California Legislature recognized and respected the historical significance of this region for the Chumash people.
The Chumash enjoy a great reputation in Sacramento because they're active, they participate, they're a trusted source of information.
3 legislators were responsible for seeing ACR 75 through.
Our author was a gentleman from San Jose, Assemblymember Joe Cotto, who happened to also be the chair of the California Latino Legislative Caucus at the time. He really understood sovereignty and was excited about working on the ACR for us. On the Senate side, we needed a floor jockey. That was then Senator Tom McClintock, now Congressman McClintock, who took it up on behalf of Cotto on the Senate side. And a third person that kind of went unrecognized was the late Senator Jenny Oropeza.
Once we had the research and showed the research to Caltrans and to the Assembly committees, they were amazingly well received. And so the bill itself was unopposed in the Assembly and unopposed in the Senate.
Travelers taking the scenic route from Santa Barbara to Santa Ynez can see the Chumash Highway signs along the way and know that they are crossing a journey that the Chumash people have traveled for thousands of years.
That was certainly a coming home story for the tribe, to have the recognition of those areas for our ancestors and for all the Chumash in the area. It was a very important moment for us.